And welcome this snowy afternoon to Buena Vista and Knights Arena. On this night broadcasting event, we bring you your Southern Virginia Knights men's basketball team versus the North Carolina Wesleyan Battling Bishops. An opportunity for both teams to advance in the conference. I am Scotty Winterton, joined by my colleague Skylar Johnson, and this afternoon the Knights face a very difficult challenge coming off of a really incredible win last night. Though this challenge today will be more difficult. These Bishops are second in the conference. They have a couple incredible players, well, really three quality players that will be difficult to contain, especially their leading scorer, who Damon McDowell has really dominated play across the conference. The Knights come in less than 24 hours after their last game. That being said, same thing goes for the Battling Bishops. They also played yesterday, losing to Mary Baldwin. The Knights picking up a win last night against Methodist. The difference being the Knights have had two home games and these Bishops have had to travel both games. Skylar, we've looked at the stats, we've watched the warm-up. This is going to be a challenge for the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge test for the Southern Virginia Knights at home, back-to-back games, coming off a big win. This Battling Bishops team is a tough team to defend. They have no trouble scoring the basketball, over 80 points a game, and a lot of size on the floor as well. It's going to be a test for all the units of this Southern Virginia team.
Yeah, right now trying to get into rhythm, get their offense flowing, as they'd say in volleyball, get in system. And missed ball there. That was great steal by Isaiah Lewis. Isaiah Lewis, second leading scorer on the team with 13 points per game. Great steal on him. The kick out to Jesse Barker doesn't fall. And Malachi Olsen cannot secure the rebound. It falls into the hands of Khalid Hines, and he'll look to trigger. Keep your eye on Hines, a fantastic player. And this shooter right here, the lefty, sweet stroke from Damon McDowell. Cannot leave him open. We watched him in warm-up. He's a great shooter. He's taken, coming into this game, 134. That'd be his 135th three-pointer. He's a 38% three-point shooter. And here's Elliott Spencer looking to answer. Cannot answer. Ball falls to the hands of Connor Marchant. Back to Spencer. And wide open three from Barker falls short.
Yeah, three open looks for the Knights from beyond the arc. Can't get anything to fall. Not a great sign for this Knights defense. Dave McDowell, wide open look, and he'll trigger from about anywhere on the court, and he'll knock him down.
Yes, he will. Let's kick out to Lewis. Crosses over, and out to McDowell, and finds the stroke again. Great shot. Two fantastic shots from McDowell.
Yeah, hand in his face, just knocks it down, streaking down the lane right there. Connor Marchant, Coach Wardenberg pleading for a foul, and the foul is called on the Bishops.
I think Coach really wanted to, he's asking the refs to protect the ball handler. It was a lot of body from Braden Dixon, playing very physical, and it was that way the possession before. So if the refs are going to let that go, and consistency and let it go, but Coach Wardenberg asking for the refs to protect the ball handlers.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of defensive pressure early here, and they're picking up full court man, and you see Coach Wardenberg pull out Weiland and put in Isaiah. A little bit more ball handling and speed on the floor for the Knights.
The Knights in a 2-1-2 trapping three-quarter court press. And Marchant gets his hand on that ball, causes the turnover, falls to the hands of Isaiah. This will be a very different game for, I think, Olsen than was last night. Though, nice little soft. He was really on fire and on point with those shots last night.
Yeah, had a pretty tremendous game last night as we see a little floater from the baseline from Dave McDowell on the drive.
Got pushed wide. It was falling towards baseline, still made it. Very athletic play from McDowell.
Yeah, perfect 3 for 3 to start this game. McDowell on fire.
Knights going to have to find a way to curb his enthusiasm if they can. I mean, he is really a fantastic player. Barker now at the point. The three-pointer from a lefty. Connor Marchant doesn't fall. Great box out, falls into.
Yeah, that was a great box out. You said it by Dixon, just moving Malachi a couple feet out of the lane and letting the rebound hit the floor.
Here's Hines with a three-pointer, doesn't get it to fall. They're going to call an over the back on Isaiah Lewis.
Yeah, great box out right there by Barker. Causes the over the back. Barker does a great job around the paint, moving guys around, and gives up size a little bit in his matches up, but does a great job rebounding the ball and moving it around.
Isaiah brings the ball up, and we'll look to trigger. A lot of pressure from McDowell. Barker now squares up, gets inside, goes in with the right hand on that left-hand side. Can't get to finish. 3 times the Knights have been around the basket, unable to finish.
Yeah, that was a good look right there from Barker, who usually is sure around the key. He just can't get that one to fall with that right hand.
Jab step in the three-pointer doesn't fall for Isaiah Marchant. Dixon with the ball in the wing. From Hines through Young and into the post. Great job establishing strong position was Isaiah Lewis. Second leading scorer, as I mentioned. He's also the leading rebounder along with Sal Young. So between Sal Young and Isaiah Lewis, they get most of the rebounding work done for the Bishops. And if the Knights can't keep Lewis out of the post, that'll be difficult afternoon for Barker. He tried to go over the top on that catch. Probably just needed to square up, play strong, wait for the double team to come, pinch out of him. But with the height of Isaiah Lewis, he'll also be able to see over that double team. It'll be interesting to see how the Knights work through the height differential and possible rebounding disparity.
Well, a great way to work through that disparity is to knock down the three-point bomb. The Knights are 0 for 7 to start this game, and 5 of them have been three-point shots. The Knights started off knocking down three-pointers in their win last night, but interesting to see what they're going to do when the three-pointer is dry. Looking to get Malachi Olson involved around the basket, because that's what eventually opened up the three-point shot for the Knights last night. But just 3 of 6. North Carolina Wesleyan getting looks that they want and knocked down 3 of them so far.
The Bishops come in with a +8 rebounding differential, right, over the Knights, and the Knights are at a -4 rebounding differential on the season. That's 12 rebounds. Somehow you gotta find a way to work through.
These will be the first free throws for North Carolina Wesleyan today. Isaiah Lewis heads to the line.
He is a 58% free throw shooter on the season. Hitting 32 of his 55, make that 32 of 56. See if he can get this one to go down. Scotty Ziegner has checked back in. Worked hard, got a lot of playing minutes last night.
Yeah, his ability to rebound and defend keeps him on the court, and then he extended a little bit, knocked down some shots, and took it to the rack a few times last night. Key to keeping him on the floor in this production as we see another missed 3 by the Knights.
Difference between tonight, though, and last night is the Bishops have been in the face. None of them, I mean, except for one, these have all been contested three-pointers, and that's a big difference from last night. Those contested three-pointers make it much more difficult. The Marchant brothers will knock it down if they're left open, and they had those opportunities with that inside-out play from Malachi Olson and Barker. Knights running the staggered pick, handoff. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Ziegler with the pump fake, gets in tight, finishes with the right hand. First field goal for the Knights. Look at that transition, quickly moving our Marchand getting on the ground to make sure his team can get that ball. That quick transition play, the Knights are going to have to get back off of every made basket.
Yeah, you love that move right there from Ziegler, knocking down the first field goal for the Knights. That's what he does offensively.
Olsen had a position that he liked, couldn't get the ball. Ziegler with a hand in his face. Again, contested three-point shot. Late in the shot clock. Not the shot that Coach Wardenberg would want. Not that he minds Ziegler taking that shot, but with the hand in the face. Coming off the curl and that screen. First miss for McDowell, but then Bishops get the rebound off the strength of Isaiah Lewis in the post.
We've seen a couple different times Malachi attempt to jump to get the rebound, and looks like head coach Wardenberg is going to the bench, pulling in number 30, Brandon Ziegler. See to handle some of this rebounding.
Again, McDowell coming off these screens. Coach Thompson, who is in his 27th season coaching the Bishops for 20 years, he was also the athletic director at NC Wesleyan. He has really put up plays, sketch plays to get McDowell open. He knows where the bread is buttered and has done a great job running plays for McDowell. Knights are going to have to recognize that, switch when they need to. Ziegler hands off to Marchand. Marchand with the pump fake. Scotty gets in tight, unable to finish with the right hand.
It's another great move by Ziegler. He just can't get the ball into the basket right there. Good hop step. We don't see a whole lot of that with this Knights team. Prefer to play around the perimeter and play in transition. That's a great half-court move right there.
Getting in tight, unable to finish. Ziegler grabbing that rebound strong. Going to need that out of him with the size differential. He's the biggest player that the Knights have. Elliott yo-yoing against that defense. Air ball from the corner. Three-pointer from Marchand. Great effort from Ziegler. Two Knights collapse together in the key. Marchand to Marchand, back to Ziegler. This time he gets into the key out of the defense. Little California defense trying to get the poke from behind from McDowell, not able to get it. Knights get a much-needed basket.
Yeah, 0 of 8 from beyond the arc. You love that they're going inside. Scotty Ziegler moving in. Ziegler moving in transition, gets the beautiful pass and wide open layup. That's the second time we've seen him on that left side of that basket drive in. And we've seen him hit a couple guys with pump fakes and get some guys in the air. Scotty's doing great offensively right now. And you mentioned those rebounds. That's going to be key. We already saw Brandon come in and take some of the rebounding responsibility. Love to see Scotty continue to rebound well.
So it's 11-6. Knights have 6 points and McDowell has 11. So McDowell against the Knights is winning, which is a very impressive play from Damon McDowell. We talked about him. When we sat down, Skylar, you said this is going to be the Damon McDowell show, and your prophetic statement has been spot on over the first 7.5 minutes of this half.
Well, definitely offensively, they like to work through him. We've seen him knock down mid-ranges, take it to the rack, and then, of course, the three-point shots he knocked down early. Offensively, they move through McDowell. The next leading scorer behind him is at 10 points. He's the number one scorer in the conference right now at 21 points per game. So looking forward to some more scoring by him and see what the Knights can do to adjust to him defensively.
And it's 27 points per game in conference. Like, he has really stepped up his conference play. And this is the money shot for Austin Manley. He's a 50% three-point shooter on the season. Exactly what Coach Thompson wanted out of that set is to get a wide open three-point opportunity for a 50% three-point shooter. You'll take those numbers. Difficult pass to the foot of Ziegner. Strong drive from number one, Dylan Drinkwater.
Yeah, the freshman guard goes straight through Brandon on that one. Takes the contact, no foul, and able to convert.
Yeah, the Knights struggling right now with the athleticism and work effort of the Bishops. Not able to get many open shots. They've had to work for all 6 points, like really hard. Even the big man, like right here, with great defense from Kyron Kelly against Elliott. Not able to get his shot, and then up over the top Marchand was McDowell to pull down that rebound. The length and the athleticism of the Bishops is right now giving fits to the offense of the Knights. Could have been a travel, no travel called. Ziegner pulls that rebound down. The Knights looking to trigger with their dribble handoff, pick and roll coming. Really impressive what Kyron Kelly can do. And the three-pointer from Elliott. Spencer finds the net at the bottom to give them a 9-point. On the afternoon, down 7. Boy.
Yeah.
Man, it is getting physical out there. No foul called. Blocked by strong play of Brandon Ziegler. Now he checks out. That was some quality minutes from the young fella.
Yeah, absolutely. Came in and got some boards, played some defense, had that one turnover, but you can live with that. And I want to talk about Spencer. Knocks that three down and then comes down here on defense. And, yeah, great pressure right there from Brandon, but Spencer comes through with the block right there, trying to get his team activated in this first half.
Kelly with 4 Knights all around him comes down with that ball. Strong play back and forth. Ball's on the ground. Knights on the ground. Great pass. And the jump ball called as Olsen and Kelly come together. It'll stay Bishop's ball with 27 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, good little scrap right there between both teams, and Wardenberg going back with Barker here.
So you have Hines checking in for Drinkwater. Marquise Eskew is also in. He has the ball now. Hines. This is one of the smaller lineups the Bishops have put in. Still pretty big, though. Dixon with the strong drive. Hines gets that ball over to the driving Manley, and the turnover.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do in those half-court sets. They want to get Manley those three-point looks as Knights knock down another one on offense, and good defense breeds good offense, and the Knights are putting it together here a little bit and coming back into this game.
The Bishops break the three-quarter press. Knights just looking to create havoc and chaos with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. SQ with another sweet three-pointer for the Bishops. Doing a great job from the three-point line are the Bishops. They are now 5 of 7, 71%. And all of them have been pretty much open opportunities. Minus really one that was pretty impressive from McDowell coming off of a staggered screen.
Yeah, you said it. The defense for the Knights has been stout, but a couple open looks from beyond the arc, and you said it, 5 for 7. It's hard to score with that for the Knights offensively.
So, coaching staff for the Knights not real happy with how the referees are calling this game. It's been consistent, which, that's the most important thing in my book. But it is physical out there. They're allowing lots of physical play. Nice reverse and the follow-up on the missed board. Isaiah Lewis doing a great job.
Yeah, Malachi committed to help with the shot contest, and his guy was able to get the rebound and put it back, as we see a foul called down here on the drive by Spencer.
First foul on Khalid Hines. It's the third team foul. Much more physical today than it was last night. I think that's really, I would suspect, how the Bishops play basketball. They are a strong team. The short 6-footer from Olsen does not fall, and then in transition, they get into the key and foul called on Olsen. It'll be a media timeout. There'll be 2 shots coming.
Yeah.
So, tale of 2 games between last night and today, Skylar.
Yeah, absolutely. The Knights struggling to get anything to fall from beyond the arc. Just 20%. Already have attempted 10 3-point bombs today. In total, they're 4 of 17. Just can't seem to get anything to fall. And then on the opposite end, 71% from beyond the arc on 7 shots for North Carolina Wesleyan. And they're winning in the rebounding battle, in the total rebound, about 16-9 early on. So and they seem to be getting the looks that they want. And on the other hand, the Knights are getting open looks. We saw a bunch of open threes and 0 for 5 to start the game. It's hard to battle back, but the Knights have gone inside and have gotten fouled. And you want to see more control out of this Knights offensively. A little success in that 75% press. Haven't seen a whole lot of that since. Maybe we'll go back to that. But yeah, relatively clean game. Pretty aggressive defensively for both teams. But you said it, consistent from the refs.
Most of the rebound disparity coming on the defensive side. And if the Knights are going to be missing the number of shots that they miss, there's going to be a lot more opportunities for defensive rebounds. And I think that really is, if the Knights can turn around their shooting, but it really comes down to it's harder to hit a shot with a hand in your face. And this Bishops team is a much better defensive team than the Knights played last night. They're able to switch. They're able to all play 1 through 4. I mean, I don't think that necessarily you're going to see Sal Young play the point, but the other 4 guys can all switch and play. And the length is going to give the Knights fits, whether it's in the rebounding and currently in the man-to-man play.
Yeah, you said it. The length is significant. They close out on shooters really well, and they rebound pretty well. And I think a huge thing for the Knights going forward is, although they may lose the total rebounding battle, is limiting the offensive rebounds and those second chance points. When the Bishops miss, because of how little they do miss, the Knights definitely cannot allow another attempt per possession.
That's going to be a goaltending call, as that block came after the ball had hit the backboard. Automatic goaltending if you touch the ball after it's banked off the backboard. Good drive from Marchant. Giving the Knights 14, now down by 9. 3-quarter trap. Hines gets the ball into big Sal Young. Barker trying to play him strong. What a great drive by Dixon. Gets to that left hand, finishes. Man-to-man press. And McDowell on Isaiah Marchant. 6'4" guard that can cover. It's a rarity, and we watched McDowell do a great job on the defensive end. Now the ball to Hines, and he pushes quickly.
That was a great skip right there from Isaiah from Connor to Barker, but he couldn't get that to fall. Barker dry early on, but great box out as he continues to get it done on the defensive end, and he runs the floor. But I'd love to see him knock down one of those three-pointers we've seen all season.
You see Cade Herrick in for the Knights, running the point guard situation. Falling down, gets it to Barker. Now over to Isaiah Marchant with the sweet runner. Down to Olsen. Men all around him. Finishes, no foul call, but the basket is good, and Olsen will come down. Again, the 1-2-2 three-quarter press. Trying to create havoc, slow up the ball. Speed up the offense if they can. 20 seconds on the shot clock as they cross the timeline.
Yeah, the Knights want to limit their possessions in the half-court set, so they force them to use that shot clock as much as possible, as we see a good little half-court set right now.
Barker on Sal Young. Isaiah trying to stop the play, going through McDowell. The Knights do a good job denying the ball to McDowell twice there in that offensive set.
Which is what you got to do. He handles the majority of that scoring. But again, another great box out from Barker, and another missed three down here from the Knights.
Isaiah can hit those, but they do feel a bit rushed. He's not really able to get his feet underneath him, though we've seen him hit shots like that. He does have a quick trigger. Just not quite falling for the Knights beyond the arc right now.
Yeah, I wonder if the fatigue of playing these back-to-back games, as McDowell knocks down a beautiful pull-up right there from that free throw line.
Yeah, his shot off the dribble is just fantastic. He's able to stop and elevate, gather himself. Twice now we've seen him do that. The floater from Herrick doesn't fall. The fourth missed basket for the Knights. Nice dish from Hines, but unable to finish was Sal Young.
Yeah, both teams just trading missed layups right there. Cade, just a great move to get himself into the key, and has to be able to knock down that floater if he wants to be effective on offense, because right now nothing's easy for the Knights, so knocking down those shots when you make a good move is important, as the Knights looking to get the Marchands involved on offense.
Three-pointer from Marchand doesn't go down. Whoa! Tough foul from Sal Young as Olsen goes up, grabs that ball, and Sal Young puts him to the ground. I think Young would put anybody to the ground when he gets an arm on you like that. He's a big, strong player, impressive player for Coach Thompson.
Yeah, both players going to the ball right there, and Sal just making contact with Malachi, who is a little bit higher in the air.
Yeah, not malicious.
No, definitely a
lot of
great play on the
physicality,
ball.
but not malicious. Island with the three. Marchand, sorry, they're going to call a foul on Manley before Olsen could get the shot off. He'll be on the ground.
Yeah, that's an impressive offensive rebound right there from Olsen. We haven't seen a ton of offensive rebounds from the Knights early on, but now even up 4-4 as the Knights are battling in these half-court sets, and Malachi's coming alive a little bit.
But still, 6 for 25, 24% field goal shooting. And again, I really think this is due to the defensive prowess of the Bishops. I mean, you saw Dixon right there stay, Isaiah Marchand trying to drive. Dixon, who is strong. Dixon is 5'11", 185, and he just stayed arms out wide, shuffled across the face of the key, and kept Isaiah in front of him. Isaiah is often able to get around that guy, get on his hip, get into the key, and find a layup, or at least collapse the defense and kick it. And the one-on-one defense for the Bishops has been fantastic.
Yeah, they're lengthy, they're fast, and the Knights have struggled to get anything to fall. And yeah, of course, that's to the credit of this battling Bishops defense. But 5 of 7 from the three-point line is how they built this lead, and you're curious to see if they're going to continue to pull the trigger from deep. We've noticed the offense of the Knights shift a little bit, as since these shots from beyond the arc aren't falling, these shooters are trying to work into the lane, and you like that. You want to see them get that going in order to see those three-point bombs fall.
So the Knights will trigger with 20 seconds on the shot clock. The Bishops come out in a 2-3 zone. See if the Knights can shoot them out of this, which is a really smart play. And then the throwaway from Wheeland. Marchand's going to come back in as he goes to the scorer's table.
Yeah, it was good ball movement around that 2-3. They recognized it early, but yeah, Weiland just a little bit of a careless pass through the lane. He was in good position to score right there, but ends up throwing it away. Good closeout right there by Alex to prevent the shot from McDowell.
The step back from Dixon goes. Man, that is a beautiful back. I mean, that is almost impossible to play defense on that, because that first jab step will drive you back no matter who you are. And if you can step back and hit a 20-footer, that's really good.
Yeah,
skills.
Absolutely. The skill to get to the basket paired with the skill to step back while your momentum's going forward is pretty hard to defend. Weiland goes to the ground, no foul called.
A lot of body foul. Weiland getting thrown to the ground. This is going to be a fight from beginning to end for the Knights. They're going to have to get used to the refs not calling this off the curl. Marchand has to step in. Olsen with the rebound. Connor Marchand did a good job as McDowell came off that curl. He's wide open. Barker from the baseline. Doesn't fall, in and out. Back rim, front rim, and all the way down. Block from Marchand getting way up, but they are going to call the foul. That'll be his first foul, third team foul for the Knights. The Knights have done a great job not fouling, playing defense, but they might want to get a little more physical. The Knights are seeing on the other end real physical play, and the refs are letting it go.
Yeah, definitely physical play. You love the open looks that Barker's taking in the corner. He's so automatic from that. Just can't get one to fall today. What a transition pass into the key right there, into Kyron Kelly, who...
He's a 36% free throw shooter. That one doesn't fall. Looked like it might have fallen for him. If you're going to foul anybody, that's the man to foul.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You'll take that foul around the key, as the Knights aren't even close to foul trouble for anybody. As Barker gets involved in the key, and for somebody who can extend his range, that's important for Jesse Barker to get that one to fall right there. I predict a good scoring game from Barker going forward after that one to falls.
The Knights just need to shoot with a little more confidence. Maybe it's tired legs. They're going to call a charge right there as Olsen steps outside the restricted arc and draws the foul on McDowell. McDowell was going for that all the way. I think if Barker hadn't been there, if Olsen hadn't been there, that thing would have been thrown down hard by McDowell, because he can. We saw him in practice, warm up, doing that.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do with a driver that puts his shoulder down like that. McDowell already at 13 points, hasn't done a whole lot around the rim, mostly from the mid-range and the three-point line. But great play right there from Malachi Olsen to take that charge.
And Kyron Kelly staying with Marchand off the switch off. And they're going to call ball will just be called out of bounds off the Bishops. Minute 18 left in this first half. Knights have really hovered around this 9 to 11 point lead. In great inbounding play to Olsen. Well drawn up by the coaching staff. Excellently executed from the Knights. Down by 9. Oh, and a travel, yeah. Grabbed the ball. Couple turnovers now for McDowell.
Yeah, nothing switches momentum like taking a charge and putting your body on the line for your team right now. And 9-point game now with a minute left. A lot of momentum on the side of the Knights.
Under a minute in the first half. Barker gets Whalen in the air, tries to play strong, has to pull it down off the double team. Marchand gets in tight and finishes with the two hands. Great job on the finish from Marchand. Sneaky athleticism from the senior.
Absolutely.
Sorry, sophomore.
Yeah, he can knock down the three, but don't get it twisted. He can drive with the best of them, and he plays incredible defense. And you said it, the sneaky athleticism is so hard to defend. His maneuverability is almost unguardable. You love the play of the sophomore.
Yeah, take it back, freshman. I was confusing him with his brother. Shot clock and game clock basically even, and a tough lefty finish. 2 seconds. Shot will be good if it goes. It does not go. The Knights battling back to within 5 at the end of that first half. Grabbing momentum, grabbing the physical play at the end, and able to finish in a way that will let Coach Wardenberg build on that play. That was really impressive. The Knights still, only those early two, they went, 0 for 4 on the three-point. Then they got 2 quick ones, and still 2 of 15 on the three-point shooting. They're now 10 of 30, 33% from the field, but the last 3 or 4 offensive sets were much better for the Knights. And I would say it came off of the better defense, where we weren't seeing the shots going down for the Bishops.
Absolutely. So that defense built that offense for sure, and it was behind Barker getting rebounds and Malachi taking that charge, and a bunch of different players getting involved, and then Marchant putting it in that left hand and going back to back to finish that half is a great momentum builder. And it's a close game here, and a little bit cold for the Bishops, but definitely the Knights were cold early on, and interesting to see how this second half is going to play out, and see what the Knights can do to stop Damon McDowell, who's just on a tear right now from the field.
Yeah, you're looking at his stats relative to his teams. It's 4 rebounds, 13 points, but Isaiah Lewis, who is really the second main guy, also doing strong on the boards, 6 boards for him, and then Sal Young with 4 boards, no points for Sal. Lewis does have 4 points. So those 3 guys that we talked about, the head of the broadcast, doing the majority of the work for the Bishops. And on the Knights side, you had Ziegner come in and step up for the first kind of 3 or 4 minutes where the Knights needed something. It was really important to have that play. But then you see the stalwarts, Spencer, Marchant, and Olsen coming alive in the latter part of that first half. Clearly, this is going to be a physical 20 minutes as both teams come back out. And I think the Knights need to adjust a little bit more. That they can be more physical on the defensive end, because that's what's happening on their own offensive end. They're getting pushed around, and the refs are letting it play that way.
Yeah, it's definitely competitive, and I think it'll continue to be like that going forward. And it should be an exciting second half.
All right, we'll come back in a moment. Give us about 10 minutes. We'll finish out this broadcast for 20 minutes of great basketball coming up. And we have returned to call this second half of the Knights versus the Battling Bishops. Southern Virginia University welcoming in the North Carolina Wesleyan men's basketball team. The Knights down 5, really had to battle back, got down as much as 11 with about 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left in the first half, and then a strong 2 minutes from the Knights, able to battle back to within 5. They start with the ball. We had a chance to see the incredible play of number 15, Damon McDowell, currently on ball covering Isaiah Marchant as he gets the ball into Olsen, and Olsen's able to finish against the bigger Isaiah Lewis. First time we've really seen that kind of getting his position and really getting his spot on the post.
Yeah, definitely the first time we've seen him get something that easy. Hopefully the ability of the Knights to score inside will extend to their outside perimeter game, which is how they build a lot of their leads and win their games.
Off the front iron, Sal Young gets the rebound and goes back up strong.
Confident move right there from Young on the block, getting the offensive rebound and putting the ball back. That's something the Knights can't have. Played good defense to force that missed jump shot. Just have to get that board and move in transition.
His first 2 points and his 5th rebound as that shot goes long for the Knights. Hines looking to trigger quickly. Didn't do a lot of scoring in the first half, did Hines, but does a great job in triggering the offense. The ball falls out of his hands. Young now on the high block, gets inside, tries to reverse it, unable to finish. Barker with the ball, gets to Connor Marchant. Dixon will cover him. High pick. Ball goes down to, that is some physical play from Dixon. And that young man can move and he can work, and he's clearly been in the weight room. I really enjoy watching him play defense.
Yeah, Dixon's 5'11", but packs on a 185 frame. Definitely has the ability to move people around in the paint. Right there gets called a little bit too much contact on the little taller Malachi.
Boy, that is a cagey play from the freshman. Gets to his strong left hand and then elevates into Hines, and Hines had nowhere to go but foul him. Like, Hines couldn't even get out of the way if he had wanted to.
Yeah, that's the move you want to do. Can't get a whole lot to fall for around the perimeter. You attack inside and draw fouls. And these shooters for the Knights, Spencer, both the Marchants, they can knock down the free throws, and as well as Barker and Olsen. So getting to the line has been a significant thing for the Knights, and not a whole lot of attempts today, but they've made them count when they have them. Now 4-4.
Yeah, he's an 87% free throw shooter. On the other side, in conference, Damon McDowell really stepped it up. For the year, he's 78%, but in conference play, he's shooting 90% from the free throw line. So both he and Marchant, the best free throw shooters on the court.
Yeah, the Bishops today just shooting 33% from the field, 2 of 6. Wonder how many more attempts they'd get today. The Knights doing a good job of not fouling and forcing jump shots.
The nice 12-footer turnaround over the top of Barker. Isaiah Lewis with a sweet shot. That is an almost impossible shot to stop because of his length. 6'7", he's going to shoot over the top of Barker every time. Again, look at the quick move from Dixon. Barker with a hand in his face, unable to finish. Hines gathers the rebound and pushes quickly. Gets it to Sal Young. And deflection, Euro step to his left hand. Sal Young with the rebound. Can't finish, but will go to the line.
Yeah, good defense right there, forcing a tough shot, fading away off that Euro step. But again, Sal Young getting it done on the offensive glass. Somebody's got to put a body on them for the Knights to start to limit these offensive rebounds. Now
Young,
6 for the day.
Young, a 58% free throw shooter at the line. That one barely finds the front rim. At least you can say it's not an air ball. Dixon comes up, gives him an attaboy. Don't worry about it. Ziegner in now for Barker.
Yeah, Barker normally contributing a good amount of scoring for the Knights. Just 2 points today. Stepping in for him today is Scotty Ziegner. Hopefully Ziegner can find the net a couple times and get involved scoring and help chip away at this lead. Knights right in it now, just down 5.
Yeah, Barker 1 for 7 so far. Hopefully he can find his rhythm and his range. Olsen, little hesitation, pump fake up and under. Can't get it to fall. That's some of his bread and butter. He's got great moves inside the key. Has to work hard to get down. Hines, jump stop in the key, kicks it back out to Young, and then Hines will gather the ball again and reset for the Bishops. Down low, Ziegner on Young. He tries to get a sneaky pass to Lewis. Olsen read it like a book. He's seen that play before.
Great screen right there from Olsen that forces the switch.
And Spencer Elliott stopping and popping with confidence off the early pick. Screen comes off it, takes the shot right away.
Yeah, Elliott Spencer, the freshman guard out of Bountiful, Utah, gets it done on the offensive end right there, but making him pay. Damon McDowell rises up and answers with a quick 3 of his own.
Look, that I'm not sure in the last 2 years if we've seen somebody that can get his shot the way McDowell can, but look at Scotty Ziegner stepping in, only averaging 4.5 points in conference play, and now Ziegner already with 7 on the afternoon, and then Elliott gets his first foul of the afternoon.
Yeah, we see Barker knock down those 3s normally on that when the ball gets spread around, but Ziegner filling in the role, knocks down that 3. He can get it done offensively all over the floor, and his minutes are going to continue to go up. The Hood River native can play basketball, played a little bit of college ball at Treasure Valley Community College, and then came over here and finished it up here. And, you know, big fishing guy, big Portland Trailblazers fan, getting it done offensively for the Knights right now.
Also an incredible tennis player, both in high school and I believe at Treasure Valley. Served a 2-year mission in Pima Lima Central for 2 years, from 2016 to 2018. Fluent in Spanish, has some Latin heritage in his home. I had a chance to meet his father, Luis. Really, really fantastic man. So Ziegner, a really well-rounded young man, and now on the basketball court, seeing him contribute the way he is, it's really cool to see him work like that. On the other end, McDowell and Young really doing the yeoman's work for the Bishops. McDowell still, he's shooting 50%, 6 of 12, 3 for 3 from the three-point line. The Knights have done a better job in making him receive the ball farther out than he was in the first 5 minutes of the first half. But also Sal Young now with 6 rebounds and 2 assists to go with his 2 points. But it's really the rebounding in this first 5 minutes that has been strong for Sal Young. And that's his bread and butter too. Dixon with a wide open 3-pointer off the screen. Second time we've seen that out of him.
Yeah, the whole defense was trailing McDowell right there, thinking the play was drawn up for him, and Dixon comes across and instead of curling, hits that little pop shot. It's a beautiful look right there from Dixon.
Switch, Lewis on to Marchand. Again, testament to the defensive ability, and Olsen with McDowell right there in his face, unable to finish. Handoff, triggering at the elbow is Olsen, coming off that screen, catching it, shooting. Can't finish his Elliott, but Olsen working around in the keys, got it clear out for 3 seconds. Little pocket pass wrapped around, hand all over the hand of, that was Dixon grabbing, reaching in against Olsen.
Yeah, with the team like the Bishops who can score in bunches and score a lot. I mentioned earlier 80 points a game for the Bishops. The Knights definitely doing a great job of controlling time of possession, and that bucket right there is made up because of the offensive rebound that leads to that. What a shot right there from Marchand. Finally gets one to fall from beyond the arc.
Smooth as silk on that shot. doing his best McDowell imitation, rising up off the catch. Fantastic. And there's McDowell off the catch. And they're going to say the Knights think he kicked out. Referee disagrees. He's going to call a foul on Spencer Elliott, saying that McDowell went down really easy as he kicked out.
Yeah, it's a veteran play to kick out like that and get the call, and when it works, and sends McDowell to the line. Senior move right there.
That's a flop.
Really goes down. When you watch, it wasn't on Spencer, it was on Isaiah. Watching the replay, it wasn't even close. He did a great acting job, sold it, referee bought it, and there he is taking 3 at the line. That was really, the thing is, Isaiah did get his foot a little bit underneath there. McDowell didn't need to go down. Sometimes you go down just to protect yourself, right? When you feel somebody underneath you, you just go down. You don't want to turn your ankle. But not sure it needed to be called either way. Knight's going to have to battle through it. Currently a 2-point lead for the Bishops. Has a second foul. It was Isaiah Marchand underneath. They're showing the foul on Elliott. Not sure. Either way, 5.5 expired in this first half. The Knights have closed the lead to 3, trying to make it 4. Sweet shot from the 90% in-conference foul shot shooting efforts of Damon McDowell. Damon McDowell, the native of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, went to Carolina Forest. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Switch off onto Spencer's. He's got the freshman. Drinkwater on him and getting inside, almost finishing. Catches a hand to the eye.
Yeah, great move to take the freshman into the paint like that, and then to reverse onto the left side, going right, getting to the left side, drawing the contact, just can't get the roll. Tried to spin it off the backboard opposite way. It's a tough move, and see if he can make him count at the free throw line.
Yeah, so the bountiful Utah native went to Woods Cross High School. Freshman, his improvement over the course of this year has been really impressive, and coach now really trusting him to lead the team at the point guard. He's got Connor and Isaiah Marchand to play with him, as well as Cade Herrick, and those 4 have been a really great chemistry and surprising how they've come together. And McDowell could have gone over the back there. Great job from Elliott Spencer to get to that rebound.
Yeah, and on Elliott Spencer, he's a great ball handler. He's actually left-handed, but he shoots with his right, so he is a little bit of an ambidextrous basketball player, which is such a threat as a point guard, being able to go left just as well as you go right.
Now rises up.
Wow.
And he is feeling it. Break out the sticks and the marshmallow s'mores for everybody. He's on fire and trying to keep it going on the defensive end.
Yeah, let him hear it. Elliott Spencer right there with a little mojo fired up after the three-point spot up. McDowell's going to shoot and answer here.
Wow, strong rebound, but can't finish. Is Lewis. Elliott gets another rebound.
Yeah, that's something we've seen pretty consistently, is after a big shot by the Knights, McDowell puts the ball in his hands and tries to make a shot. As we see the Knights moving, a great little two-man game here.
Kick to baseline to Marchand. Marchand with a little pass through the block. This is where Olsen likes to shine. This time finishes with the up and under.
Yeah, that's fundamentals right there. That's an up and under that we've seen Malachi contribute to this team over and over and over. This time able to get the nice roll is a wide open look.
Weiland, man, Lewis has been up and over doing so much work underneath, keeping balls alive. Marchand with the three, and he finds the bottom of the net. The Knights go up by 6. The crowd's going crazy. Coach wanting to get his players back to play defense. And Coach Wardenberg looking at the bench saying, get out there, cheer your players on. This kind of energy, often in the barn, can really lift Knights teams into victory.
Yeah, talk about a quick switch up. Now a 6-point lead after back-to-back bombs. Marchand in transition had Malachi, but just says, no way. I'm pulling the three, step back, and cash. Both Elliott Spencer and Connor Marchand now with 14 points. The Knights are getting it done now with the jump shots. Couldn't knock down anything in the first half, but played great defense, kept themselves right within it, and now are making it rain. 7 of 23 attempts today, 7 of them basically all in this second half so far. It's been exciting, so much momentum behind the Knights right now.
Yeah, the Knights are 5 of 8 in their three-point shooting in the second half as opposed to the 2 of 15 that they saw. And that's the difference. 6 of 10 for the Bishops. There at the end, you saw Manley look to take that three-pointer, and he's a 50% three-point shooter. When he had that opportunity in the first half, he nailed it. Misses that one. Isaiah Lewis not able to secure the rebound. I've been really Isaiah Lewis is all over the key in the bucket and causing havoc trying to get those offensive rebounds, but the Knights as a team are just scrambling, which is, sometimes that's what you got to do. You just have to all get together. Malachi Olson with 7 rebounds, 8 points, leading the team in rebounding, but you got 4 for Elliott Spencer, you got 4 for Scotty Ziegner. That's going to be the kind of effort it's going to take for the Knights to pull out a win against this really athletic, strong team from North Carolina Wesleyan. Up ahead and able to get up to the rim is Olsen. The ball doesn't fall. Great sportsmanship from Kyron Kelly. And I tell you what, the more I watch Kyron Kelly, he's just a sophomore, but he's able to guard all 5 positions on the court. He's physical. And then I've seen him 3 times now help Knight players up. Like, these are the kind, and when you read through the biography of John Thompson, like, go on the website and look up John Thompson's biography on the NC Wesleyan website. And it's a really impressive treatise on how he views basketball and his role as a mentor and a teacher, and more so than a coach, or at least using coach to its highest ideals. And you can see that from his team. They play hard, but they also are great sportsmen. Yeah,
absolutely. You see it on display, and we talked about it last night that we had 2 great coach teams in the building, and that's definitely the case again tonight. 2 stats I want to throw at you, Scotty. So the Knights have crawled back into the rebounding game and are now just down 24-26 in the total rebounds as they're getting it done now, rebounding the basketball. And then another big thing is we talked about the size advantage for the Bishops and the way that they can move the ball around, but 18 points in the paint for the Knights, who are getting it done around the rim, and that's just 8 points in the paint for North Carolina Wesleyan. And when you have a lead, it's hard to sustain a lead if the opponent is getting all their points around the basket. And the Knights are shooting at a much higher percentage, obviously, in this second half with those 5 3-pointers that they've been able to spray down. But points around the paint are definitely to help out, to credit to this Knights offense.
Right, and that higher shooting percentage has allowed the Knights to crawl back into the rebounding differential, because now there's not as many defensive rebounds for the Bishops to get, and on the offensive rebounding side, the Knights are just down 1. As Olsen, who is not necessarily the greatest of free throw shooters, he is pretty good, but he's only 54% on the year, 50 of 91. Hits both of those. Feeling Hines getting in, and the throwdown from the big, strong Kyron Kelly that I was just talking about. Again, love his game.
Yeah,
that was strong off the dish from Hines.
Yeah, that was a statement dunk right there. Malachi just takes the end of that one, but what a dunk right there.
And they're going to call a walk on Marchand.
Yeah, that was quite the move. Able to get it to fall, but they called a travel on the pivot. Wardenberg not happy about that one.
The Knights trying to slow the clock. The play of the Bishops. Hines pushes it up by himself. Dixon will try to trigger from the point. Drinkwater looking to get the ball in to Kelly. Can't get it to him as three-quarter play from Olsen. Now in the block is Kelly going strong and draws the foul against Olsen. The Knights probably going to have to double team that. Just strong play from Kelly.
Yeah, you said it. Just strong play to get the positioning. But I want to talk about the entry pass by Drinkwater, who moved around, and they had moved around the perimeter a lot. And then Drinkwater used a little head fake, look one way, throw the other, and got Kelly right where he needed to be with the possession with the back to the basket and able to get Olsen with the foul. And we talked about it earlier. If there was somebody to foul, it is Kyron Kelly.
Yeah, the 36% foul shooter does hit his first one after going 0 for 2.
Malachi comes out now with 2 fouls.
The lefty showing us what's up by hitting 2. Kyron Kelly from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Terry Stanford High School. Marchant gets into the key, and they're going to call a charge. Not sure coach agrees with that one. Manley doing a great job stepping outside the restricted circle to draw the charge.
Yeah, Coach Wardenberg advocating that he slid a little bit to his left on the drive by Marchant. You can hear Associate Head Coach John Wardenberg over here pleading his team to not foul and to not gamble right now, to just play smart and force the jump shots as they've gone dry a little bit from beyond the arc.
Drinkwater unable to get in, but Manley from the wing. Ball falls to the hands of Spencer. He's pushing in transition. Finishes strong with the left hand as Dixon tried to grab the ball underneath him. That is a really tough play to both maintain control of the ball and then to finish with the left hand.
Yeah, those are huge fast break points that we haven't seen a whole lot of today. Had Scotty out in front of him, but the defense was expecting that. That is the right move right there for Spencer to take that strong with his left hand.
The Bishops currently playing without McDowell in. And Spencer with the rebound.
Again, that is a great defensive possession right there from the Knights, forcing a jump shot and then securing that defensive rebound.
Marchant gets to his left hand, unable to finish, but Ziegner goes up and tips it in.
Scotty Ziegner, what an athlete to time that up with the tip. He did not control that basketball at all. That was a tip and into the hoop. Scotty Ziegner play right there.
Behind the back and the flush. What a beautiful play from Drinkwater to Kelly.
The offenses came to play in this second half. Just a great play by Ziegner, followed up by a flush from the big man.
Welcome to the show, and here Drinkwater putting both hands on Spencer. Took a hand to the nose, eyes watering a little bit. It's all right, you're tough freshman.
Yeah, Elliott Spencer leading all night scorers with 16 right now on 5 of 7, getting it done offensively. But his defensive pressure on these great ball handlers for North Carolina Wesleyan, there really isn't anybody on the floor that hasn't been able to move the ball other than those true posts for NCW. So it's been great.
Getting all the way around, trying this
What a
handoff.
pass.
And with the nose watering, welcome to college basketball, Elliott Spencer. And then the deflection from Ziegner.
And guess who ended up with the ball? Elliott Spencer pushes in transition to Scotty.
The
And
steal
Scotty
from
lays it
Barker.
down.
The steal from Barker to keep that lane open. Kind of a moving screen, but they never call that.
No, that's
Ziegner
a
able to
box
finish
out.
it.
That's a box out right there.
You can't call a
Barker was
box
getting
out
ready
when
for the
your team
miss.
has
What a play right there in transition. That's the difference right now. The Knights are moving the ball in transition, or pushing. Although North Carolina Wesleyan has a ton of possession time, not making their shots, and Knights are going and getting good looks in transition.
Drinkwater with the three. Airballs that one. Goes down to Sal Young. Great rebound by him, and then drops the shoulder as Ziegner stands in strong.
Yeah,
Mama
Scotty
Lisa
Ziegner.
and Papa Luis on the other side of the court, screaming as they've traveled all the way from Oregon to watch their baby play.
Yeah, Scotty Ziegner, too smart right there. Saw it coming 10 miles away.
Mama Lisa didn't raise no cream puff there.
Takes the charge. What a play.
From far out, in and out.
Oh.
The crowd would have gone crazy with that one. 10-point lead as 7:55 left in the second half. Drinkwater with the ball. McDowell needs to get going. The Bishops need to get him. They've ran a lot of plays for him. Marchant's basically face guarding him. Ball's on the ground. Knights are on the ground. Out to Connor Marchant. He'll look to trigger.
Another spectacular defensive play by Ziegner.
And they'll call the travel on Marchant. I think they called the travel right there, right?
Yeah, they called a travel going down the floor right there. Isaiah Marchant just taking that extra step, looking for the corner three. But what a crazy back and forth between the two teams. We've seen highlights everywhere. The Knights now leading by 10, but sharing the scoring load. Ziegner, Olsen, Marchant, and Spencer all above 10. And North Carolina Wesleyan struggling to get a lot of offensive, consistency right now, sitting at 47 points. McDowell still leading all scorers for North Carolina Wesleyan with 18. But this defensive pressure leading to these transition buckets for the Knights is significant. Now 26 of the 57 points that the Knights have scored have come within the paint. Just doing great, sticking right there on that rebounding battle now, just down 27-28, not turning the ball over in the second half. And if you were trying to mount a comeback, this is exactly what the Knights want to do, and Wesleyan now with their backs against the wall.
So Coach Thompson over there talking to his team, 27 seasons at the helm of the Bishops. What's he talking to them about over there?
Defense right now. The size is, obvious when they're on there. It's going to be about getting stops because obviously the North Carolina Wesleyan Battling Bishops can score. It's just about getting stops and then limiting these transition buckets. We've been talking about it, and if you're North Carolina Wesleyan, you have to be able to slow down the pace. The Knights are pushing the ball with relative ease right now. The slow game works in the favor of the Bishops, and that's going to get McDowell the shots that he wants. And getting the ball inside to Young and to Kelly will also pay a great favor for the Bishops.
The gritty play of the Knights, along with better shooting, is what it takes to beat a team when you're outsized and maybe even by some metrics out athleticism. The effort that you need, that it takes, where you don't take a single play off, and like that right there, very different situation in terms of what McDowell saw in the first half. McDowell was getting shots where he was rising up over and there was no hand in his face. That shot right there, same spot he had a couple times in the first half, but never had a hand in his face. And there he's got a hand in his face, and he's got like 5-6 inches over Isaiah, and Isaiah's D'ing him up. It's really impressive play. McDowell goes down, ball's in the post, and Kelly draws the foul. I would say, like to say a smart foul by the Knights, but Kelly stepped up on his last two and hit them both.
Are you good?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, how in the first half the Knights could not get anything easy on offense, and now the Bishops seem to have switched right there, where the Bishops are struggling to get anything going on offense. Basketball is a game of streaks, but defense wins the game, and defense is effort, and right now the Knights are getting it done on the effort column. Also,
look at Kelly going 4 for 4, man.
Getting it done from the free throw line.
He missed the first two that he took and then the foul from Isaiah Marchant. Great job by Hines, being right in his face. Hines swipes down, puts the ball on the ground, and then Marchant kind of pushes him out of the way going to get it. That was really strong defense from Hines. It seems like the Bishops have gone more to looking to the post than triggering from the outside. They've really looked to get it into Kelly and get it into the post with Sal Young and Isaiah Lewis, where in the first half they were just triggering from the outside.
Yeah, Cade Herrick into the game for the Knights as beautiful floater left to right. McDowell knocks it down.
We've seen him go both ways, right to left, left to right.
The man's a scorer. He can score from anywhere he wants.
Back and forth now as the Knights get the ball. Drinkwater planning that defense against, going over the top of Olsen was Sal Young, and then off the foot on his dribble was McDowell. We haven't seen that very often.
Yeah,
him.
That was a defensive play and a half by Young, who just stripped the ball straight from
Man
Olsen
size, right?
over the top of him. I haven't seen that one in a while. That was a strong
When's the last
play.
time that happened I don't know that except when he was like 8 years old and playing against high school kids, would somebody take away the ball from him like that. Wow,
Yeah.
Sal Young.
The defensive pressure right there is, showing its way for the Bishops, and now a 6-point game with about 6:30 left in this second half. Timeout on the floor. I'm excited for the rest of this game. This second half has been quite a turnaround for the Knights, and the Bishops are battling back and forth, and it's been a game of great offense. It's relatively low scoring because of the missed shots for the Knights early, but Knights getting it done from around the arc, and it's been fun to watch this second half.
And the top 5 in the conference from in the East, USA South East standings: Averett, North Carolina Wesleyan, Mary Baldwin, Southern Virginia, Pfeiffer. Only Averett has 1 loss. Everybody else is sitting on 2 or 3 losses. Like, the conference is wide open right now, and both of these teams have an opportunity to put themselves into that 1 or 2 seed position as Herrick brings the ball up, crosses the timeline against Hines. Hines is such a quick feet, really strong play, coming off the curl, getting to his left hand, throws the ball back to Ziegner. Olsen at the key, turns the ball over. Drinkwater doing a great job gathering. And that should have been, I don't know how that's not a jump ball. It's either got to be a travel or a jump ball. And finishing in quick transition off the made basket is Olsen, putting it back to a 6-point lead.
It's exactly what you got to do if you're Olsen right there. Just run the floor. You're going to get rewarded when you run the floor, and right there he gets the transition bucket after giving up the layup.
And they're going to call another charge. Olsen and Ziegner doing yeoman's work underneath. They are outsized, outmanned, outgunned. Yet there they are, playing strong, drawing the charge. Basketball is not just a game of force, it's also a game of finesse. If you can be quick and if you can be cagey.
And if you can be smart, right there defensively, that's a smart move right there to see that hand down low and feel that contact and take the charge. And nothing gets a team fired up like taking charges. I'll say that over and over again. Love the way that these Knights defenders take charges.
Underneath, tough finish. That's the hardest finish the Olsens had all night over the top of Kelly. He's able to get it done, pushing the lead to 8.
Yeah, you said it. That's a tough finish, but that's a finish that the Knights needed right there. That's heartbreaking for the battling Bishops to get a look so easy right there. And McDowell, little pull-up jumper, just can't get it to
finish.
go. Spencer shaking up a little bit on that one. We're going to call it injury timeout. Looked like he rolled his ankle a little bit.
Sit down, Elliot. Sit down.
Yeah, little stoppage of play here.
So the Knights will find a way to replace some of the effort and the work of Elliott. Done a great job finishing up the play back and forth, both on the offensive and the defensive end. He went up, kind of tripped over the foot of McDowell.
That was a great pump fake right there, McDowell, to get Spencer in the air. We've seen him fly into the air a couple different times. Just unlucky with the little roll of the ankle there.
And but how about the fact that McDowell did not finish that little 8-foot jumper? That's the easiest shot he's had all day, and it's just sometimes you run a little cold.
Yeah, he's definitely frustrated he missed that one, but he'll continue to get open looks. Elliott probably done for this one as that ankle.
Might need
Long
to
season ahead of him.
Might need to get some high tops. throw some extra tape on that ankle.
Yeah, you know he'd love to get right back into this one, but that ankle important with this long season ahead of him and his long career as he's just the freshman.
The Knights now going to go with Barker, Ziegner, and Olsen, their biggest lineup basically they put on the court with the Marchant brothers. And trying to get that played into Olsen as he came across the face of the key and just a little bit far for Olsen to reach. Knights with the 8-point lead. Hines comes down, triggering for his offense. Yo-yo's right, gets it out to Lewis. Again, Isaiah Marchant basically face guarding. Knights playing 4-on-4. And that's the kind of staggered screen that really did well for the Bishops in the first half, but this time McDowell doesn't finish. Tough defense from Hines. Hines and Dixon in transition in kind of that one-on-one scenario are just so good. Just the quickest of feet. Deflection off the pass from Ziegner. Out to Dixon, 3-point shot. Doesn't go down, but over the top is Lewis, and Ziegner fouls him as he goes to put it back up. Lewis will go to the line, a 58% free throw shooter.
Ziegner's ability to play so smart defensively and swat that one on, like his timing, it's just so incredible, but called for the foul right there and a little stunned because it looked clean from our point of view over here, but called for the foul on the come down, but anything better than an open layup right there.
Yeah, if you've got Isaiah Lewis or Sal Young or Kelly, Kyron Kelly, with the ball in the post, and they're in a good position, you're probably better off putting them on the line than you are letting them power the ball back up.
Yeah, the game definitely not over for the Knights. Bishop's defense has been stout for the last few minutes here. Haven't scored since we saw that injury to Spencer. Love for the Knights to try to get a couple more buckets, a couple more stops to close out this game. And for the Bishops to get back into this one, a couple shots need to fall. They're running plays to get McDowell open looks. We've seen Dixon and Hines knock down some three-pointers. Love to see maybe a couple pop-outs and sets to open up some of these shooters for the Bishops to try to get back into this lead, down 8.
You know, I've really been impressed having the opportunity to sit down here and listen to the staff. Really, the Wardenbergs work so well together. It's impressive to watch assistant John Wardenberg. You know, he's been at this game a long time, but he knows his role and really plays it well. He finds key moments to say things to players, letting head coach Adam Wardenberg do his job managing the concert, but John will give a cue here and a comment there to players. Really got to be an enjoyable time for the Wardenbergs.
Yeah, definitely. The expertise and that second voice on the bench is big time for head coach Adam Wardenberg.
As Lewis steps up and cans both with confidence. Both of them look great.
Yeah, we've seen the Bishops battle back from a relatively disappointing first half from that free throw line. Now 11 of 17 as they haven't missed a whole lot in this second half.
From 3, brings the ball all the way up to the court. Hines just puts his hands out and says, what more can I do?
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Scotty, but Connor Marchant can knock down three-pointers.
And then McDowell answers right back when the Bishops needed him most. He answers. The Knights took just a minute to kind of give him some space, and he took full advantage of it. McDowell with ice in his veins when his team needed the most answers. Still down 6, but the foul called, and that'll put Herrick on the line.
Yeah, you love the enthusiasm of Herrick to get that foul and run to that free throw line. He's ready to knock these down. He's quite the shooter, and this is a great time to earn it at the line. And 3 minutes left in this game, and only 8 attempts for the Knights from the free throw line, but they've made them count.
Well, Herrick only has 8 attempts on the season. He's 7 for 8. He's an 87% free throw shooter. Probably the most pressure he's had on him taking foul shots in the game, and steps up and hits the first one like a boss. I've been there before.
Cade Herrick, big Peyton Pritchard fan who also knocks down almost every free throw.
The Knights, 3 minutes left. Going to have to work really hard against McDowell. And then look at this from Lewis. Not able to finish and over the back. That's the first time we've seen that over the back call. Lewis has been flirting with that several times in the second half, and this time the refs call him for over the back.
Yeah,
and that'll put Malachi Olson at the line.
These trips to the free throw on these fouls, now that North Carolina Wesleyan has surpassed that 10 foul mark, and they're going to get 2. These free throws are a big deal, and they need to extend this lead if the Knights want to feel comfortable going forward, as we've seen the ability to score for this Battling Bishops. But I want to talk about Malachi Olson staying vertical on both the attempt at the rebound and the defensive pressure, and now earning it at the free throw line as he knocks down that first one. Malachi Olson having a pair of good games coming off of his dominant game last night, now with 14, 15 points and 10 rebounds, getting himself a double-double.
So he's a 54% free throw shooter, but 4 for 4 today, really stepping up, playing with confidence. That shot doesn't go down. Lewis gets the rebound, goes up against Zigner, doesn't finish. And Cade Herrick, smallest man in the gym. And then over the back, they think they're going to call a foul.
Yeah,
Cade Herrick. I don't know if there's anybody else in the gym. Maybe some of these 8-year-olds are shorter than Cade Herrick. It does not matter. Basketball is a game of heart and hustle, and Cade Herrick showing both.
Yeah, I mentioned when Cade came in to handle some of the ball handling responsibilities after the injury to Spencer, that his play was going to be key, and his defense has been stout, but that rebound right there was impressive right there. And now back to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And gets a friendly roll, the confines of the barn. Says thank you very much. Knights now up 11. Isaiah Marchant right now, Coach Wardenberg's asked him to know what flavor of gum McDowell is chewing. He is not going to leave McDowell.
Yeah, for what Isaiah lacks in size, he definitely makes up in effort and quickness. He's quite the defender on ball. He can guard in the perimeter, and it's a great go-to right here for Wardenberg.
The floater doesn't fall, and then Isaiah gets the rebound.
And he gets the rebound right there after the defensive stop. It's exactly what you want. What a play right there from Isaiah.
Nice work by the Knights to keep that ball alive. The trapping defense from the Bishops trying to catch them. 8 seconds on the shot clock. The Knights have milked it all the way down. Need to get a shot. Herrick from far away airballs that into the hands of McDowell. He throws it to Hines, who will trigger the offense. Takes the quick shot and finds the bottom of the net. Very good shot. The Knights did a great job milking the clock, but you're going to need to get a better shot than that. You don't need to take it down to 3. Yeah. Maybe another possession or 2 staying in your offense.
And that's credit to that Bishops perimeter defense, who just could not get anything going were the Knights. But down on the floor, Khalid Hines, a little step back, hezzy pump fake knockdown right there. Khalid Hines getting it done right now with McDowell relatively dry over the last few minutes. Goes hard with his left hand, step back, pump fake. Oh, knockdown. Great shot right there from Khalid to bring his team within 10.
Yeah, that's just his first 2 points of the game, but shot it with confidence. He's only 1 for 2. He does have 4 rebounds and 4 assists. The ball's in his hands a lot, so not the most dynamic scorer, but the offense really runs through him in a lot of ways, and he does a great job finding McDowell. Full court press coming from the Bishops. They look to trap all the way down there.
You can't dribble right there. That press has to be beaten with passing. That's exactly what the Bishops wanted out of that possession right there.
So Elliot Spencer bruised ankle and all, coming back into the game.
Yeah, that's grit right there. We saw him go down with that rolled ankle, but
he's got a new pair of shoes on, tightened the lacings up.
Training staff tended to that ankle, got him back in. Huge sneakerhead. Spencer, I'm sure he's got quite a few basketball shoes in that locker room.
Maybe he needs to go find the old Jordans, the highest, or the old pumps. Maybe he's got some pumps to pump up and really tighten up the. You boomers out there know what I'm talking about, right? We all had the pumps. Not you, Skylar. You never had the pumps.
Yeah, unfortunately, that missed my generation, unfortunately.
Those Reebok pumps were game changers. Game changers. Started with the Converse, then go to the Reebok pumps, then to the Jordans. But the pumps were money.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. 10-point spread here for the Knights. Both teams shooting on fouls.
If you had some pumps, I want you to put a comment into the YouTube feed. Jump into the comments and throw it out there. Let us know. Boomers got to stick together. You young cats don't know what you got. All right, here we go. Spencer now checked in, as I said. Treating for the Knights, full court press. Ball goes into Marchant. He throws it all the way down, and the finish, not able to get it in the bucket, is Olsen. Down, and they're going to call a foul on McDowell.
Yeah, that's a big-time hit right there that Malachi took up in the air.
And he's bleeding.
Yeah, bleeding from the head a little bit on the contact. It wasn't a malicious foul or anything from McDowell up in the air, but both super athletic forwards, colliding midair.
Yeah, his the left elbow of McDowell just coming across the head of Olsen. You can try and stop the bleeding, get him back on the. Although if he can't play, coach can sub in somebody for him to take a foul shot. He could sub Herrick in, and Herrick, the foul shooter, could take those foul shots. That would be a cagey play.
Yeah, you hope Malachi's okay, getting attended to here. Big shouts out to the Southern Virginia training staff, getting these players ready for today and back on the court, both Spencer and Malachi.
So it looks like I have to put Scotty Ziegner on the line.
Yeah, it looks like they had the choice to pick somebody on the floor.
Right. But Ziegner is an 80% free throw shooter. He's 12 for 15 on the year and steps in and says, "Why would you put me on the line? Are you kidding me? Mama didn't raise no fool."
Yeah, Ziegner can shoot, that's for sure.
And the kind. So if you get 8 bounces on the rim, it's automatically a bucket. It's a rule.
Yeah, Spencer playing defense out there a little gingerly on that ankle.
And then Kelly throwing Barker to the ground.
Yeah, that was smart right there from Barker to sell it. He's going to get himself to the free throw line too. These final 2 minutes may take 10, but the Knights are in control right now and with all the momentum.
Barker is only a 47% free throw shooter, 9 for 19. I take it back. I'm sorry. Barker is, 47% free throw shooter, 9 for 19. So big shots for him. They fall short on the first one.
Yeah, tried hard this whole game to not say anything. The Knights, before that miss, were at 100% from the free throw line. After this make here from Barker, now 17 of 18 on the night.
Barker does a good job of coming back. And Barker fouling. It's a smart play by Barker to put Kelly on the line. Even though Kelly has made 4 for 4, he's still a 30 plus percent free throw shooter. Smart play by Barker. It's just his third foul.
Yeah, you said it. Smart play right there from Barker. Reassured after Wardenberg said, "Hey, that's fine. That's a good foul. Make him earn it at the line." And after that first miss, that's a great foul. Now up 13 A minute 43. This offensive possession here for the Knights, the ability to break this press is big time.
Kelly makes 1 of 2. Answering Barker's foul shot. The Knights only with 1 more timeout. All the way up over the top. And corralled by McDowell. Hines comes down, looks to trigger. And that was a step back trying to draw the foul. The kick out. Manley, who normally hits those, again, missed the last 2 that he's taken. He's a great three-point shooter. And Hines forced to foul Elliott. Spencer, who will go to the line. Spencer will go to the line with that bum ankle. He's 27 for 35 on the season, shooting 77%. Today he's been 2 for 2 from the free throw line. You said the final 2 minutes are going to take 10 minutes. I think it's going to be like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we might see more and more fouls as this last minute transpires.
This ankle's really hurting him. Steps in, and the freshman misses the front end. Coach wanted a sub for him, unable to get that sub in. Now he's going up against Hines. He can't really move the way he wants to. Does defend. The ball doesn't go down. And then Marchant gets the rebound, pushes it up quick.
Just so fast with the ball. A little bit of a careless pass, but just so fast with the ball. Spencer doesn't want to get subbed out here, but that's the right move right now, just not being able to do too much with that ankle.
He was really upset about missing those 2, but how about going down? Hines really did a great job of recognizing the situation and taking Spencer one-on-one. But Spencer, trailing behind, was able to get a hand in the air and force a difficult shot out of Hines.
Yeah, definitely forcing the difficult shot and forcing the miss, which is what was most important. But Zigner being there for the rebound is what I like. Zigner stepping into a big role today and getting it done big time for the Knights. Now the score stands 73-61. A little update, Marchant leading everybody with 17, but both Spencer and Olsen have 16. North Carolina Wesleyan struggling to score a little bit. Kyron Kelly surpassing double digits with 11 points. Yeah, Olsen also with that 10 rebounds I mentioned earlier, able to get his double-double. We predicted a double-double last night, and he was unable to get the rebound. So
I think he was stuck at 7 last night.
Yeah, I believe
right?
he ended with 7 too. He made an effort tonight to rebound the ball really well. 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 16 and 10 from Malachi Olsen. Doing great today for the Knights.
And now a difficult place in that corner to inbound the ball. Minute 2 left, up by 12.
Yeah,
really important possession here. If they can't get a basket, it's an opportunity. And then the ball goes out of bounds off Zigner.
Yeah, Zigner seemed to have positioning over the top, and with the taller Kelly, Spencer, who was inbounding, reluctant to throw it over the top and off Zigner's hand.
Ball rolled into Hines. Picks it up. Double team comes from Barker, and that ball goes in and out. It hit every part of the rim except the bottom.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the second half for McDowell, as another foul called on the Bishops sends Herrick back to the free throw line. And for the Knights, that's exactly who you want to send. And McDowell, yeah, obviously frustrating, slapping the floor.
You got to feel for him, right? He was 50% shooting like 2 or 3 minutes into that second half, and now he's 8 for 23.
Yeah, just can't get anything to go. 23 points still on the day to go with his 6 rebounds, but cold to end this second half is definitely frustrating for someone who takes up the majority of the offense for the Bishops.
Herrick steps in, hits the first, putting the Knights up by 13. Yeah, I'm frustrated with McDowell, brother. I really feel for you. He's done everything he can to get back in. You know, I feel like he kind of disappeared for about 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the second half. But he has done so much to try and get his team, and the ball's just not falling for him. Kelly setting that pick. Isaiah having to fight through it. Double team comes, the kick out to Hines. Long three-pointer, he answers. Hines with a money shot.
Just
back
so
to 11.
Ball. Marchand able to break the pass, and then a nutmeg right there from Barker.
24
over the
on
jumping
the
defender.
clock. Still fighting, and then no fouls coming. Wow. What an incredible effort both ways, but the win going to come for the Knights. Herrick not going to take the shot. 2 seconds left between the game clock and the shot clock, and Herrick with the floater. Just as the shot clock runs down,
Yeah, had to
Manley
get
will
off the
take
shot.
a
Love to see Herrick.
half-court shot and hits it. Ball goes in, so it'll be finished. That bucket will count.
Yeah, what a what a shot, overshadowed by the celebration of the Knights. A bomb to end the game. 10-point victory for the Knights.
Well, I could not be more impressed by the North Carolina Wesleyan Battling Bishops. Coach Thompson has put together an incredible team. I know they're going to be frustrated with this loss. Felt like they were in control about 15 minutes into the first half. Felt like they were really 11-point lead. So the Knights win by 10, 21-point turnaround. With about 3 minutes left in the first half, the Knights turn around, win by 10, and I just can't say enough for how hard the coaches, Wardenberg, have this team playing. The chemistry that they're playing with, the guard play, and then, they are outsized, and yet Malachi Olson and Jesse Barker and Scotty Ziegner are playing like men possessed. To add that to the shooting of Connor Marchand. The defense in the second half of Isaiah Marchand on McDowell. Just can't say enough about how all that's come together and how the coaching staff has put a game plan to and the adjustments that they made in the second half.
Yeah, big credit to head coach Wardenberg for making a game plan at the second half after getting the momentum. If you remember, at the end of that first half, the Knights built so much momentum going into the locker room. They devised a great strategy to limit McDowell, and it came out with a 10-point win. Player of the game definitely for the Knights is hard to choose, as the top four players all around the same scoring margin. Connor Marchand getting it done, 3 3-pointers. Elliott knocking down 4. Malachi getting that double-double big time for the Knights. But Scotty Ziegner coming off the bench, getting 13 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Just incredible.
Yeah, and the defense, right?
The defense.
Drawing the charge. As you said, 6 rebounds. But Elliott Spencer with 7 assists and also 5 of 7 shooting. The efficiency that Spencer and Ziegner were playing with was really incredible. But as you said, that 6-man role of Ziegner off the bench changed everything. And then the free throw shooting from Herrick. He comes in and goes 6 for 6. He was only 1 for 3 shooting, and it was that last foul, layup that went in. But 6 for 6 at the foul line. I mean, it's such a team effort. And Jesse Barker also drawing a charge down there.
Yeah.
Only putting 5 up on the day, but man, if you're going to beat a team like North Carolina Wesleyan, you're going to need to be able to look down the stat sheet and say, wow, that guy, and that guy, and that guy. And that's what we just did.
Yeah, the Knights able to secure 30 points in the paint against a much bigger North Carolina Wesleyan team. This Knights team during warm-ups does not look like a team to get 30 points in the paint. And they came out with a huge win today. 86 from the free throw line is how you regain a lead. And that was quite a game to watch. And huge stat, the Knights end up winning the rebounding battle 29-22 with 23 bench points. You can't say enough about the statistics of this Knights team, and it proves why they're getting it done. Back-to-back home wins to end this weekend, and it's going to be a snowy weekend here in Buena Vista. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to next week and conference play going forward.
Yeah, we've seen 3 really great guard play. Last night, going up against Methodist, man, we watched an incredible some guard play there. Today, McDowell, definitely, I think, a first-team all-conference player. And I gotta think that Connor Marchand's making a bid for a first-team all-conference player as well.
Absolutely, he's the third leading scorer, or third or fourth right now, averaging about 19. He's definitely getting it done in a back-to-back big-time games for Marchand in conference. The USA South definitely knows about SVU right now after a huge win in North Carolina, putting a footprint in that East Division.
Right, between McDowell, Burden, and Marchand, I think we've got got to see 3 of the top guard plays today. Hope everybody stays safe out there. We really appreciate you joining us on Knights Broadcasting. I'm Scotty Winterton for Skylar Johnson. Everybody stay safe. God bless.
And go Knights.